Hi guys, welcome to Meraki Therapy Center presents How to Hack, where we are going to talk about a bunch of different mental health related topics and help you navigate difficult and different life situations with some simple and easy hacks. So today we have with us neuropsychologist, therapist, and the current head of Meraki Therapy Center. Hi Tanvi,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good.
So, before we head into today's episode, we would love to know a little bit about Meraki Therapy Center. What is it exactly?
So, like you said, it is a therapy center. It was started 20 years ago, but we never had this name. We got this name much recently, and it was started by a founder who's a clinical psychologist and also my mother. And we now have 13 therapists under us. We cater to mental health, for children, adults, geriatrics. We also have speech and occupational therapy. So, yeah.
But why the name Meraki?
So, for the longest time, we were thinking of calling our center something, but we didn't like any of the names that we came across. When we came across this name Meraki, which is of Greek origin, and it basically means to put a little bit of yourself in your work. And it resonated very strongly with us because all of us therapists, we have this work ethics that whenever we are working, we are so committed and dedicated to our work. We just love what we do, and we actually give a little bit of ourselves to all of our clients and patients. So, yes, that's why the name Meraki has stuck.
That's such a cute thing. Without doing further delay, let's get into today's episode that is, how to hack your mental health. So, is it really possible to hack our mental health in this hectic and fast paced lifestyle?
So, maybe we are not going to be able to control all the situations that come our way. We are still going to have unprecedented and unpredictable events in our life. But yes, I think certain practices can help us develop the resilience and skill that helps us deal with these situations in our day to day life.
So, what hacks do you have for us today?
I actually have 6 hacks that we can use. And number one is positive affirmations.
These are so hyped.
Yes, they are, but actually, they are a little more than what pop psychology tells us. They're actually backed by research. So, basically, as people, we are wired to believe that we are competent. But when we encounter distressful situations, we feel challenged and we kind of lose our motivation and self confidence. So, positive affirmations, in fact, reinstate our belief in ourselves. If you repeat it often and if your brain hears it often, you start to believe it. So you know you're competent, you know you're going to be able to deal with the situation. It's kind of like a self fulfilling prophecy, but works for us because when you are repeating these affirmations, you start to believe them and you imbibe these qualities for yourself. Also, science has shown that positive affirmations or saying these statements activates brain regions that are associated with emotional regulation and reward processing. So, yes, it does help.
So, what are some ways we can actually inculcate them in our lives?
So, firstly, we can try to say them the moment we wake up. So, you remember our grandmothers used to always tell us that when you wake up, you first pray or you look at your hands. So,
Yeah.
these are just ways that we are starting our day with. It's kind of sets the tone for the day. So, when we wake up, before you even get out of bed, take a couple of minutes and say a few affirmations to yourself. One important thing is to make them believable. So if you get up and you say, you know what, I'm going to win $1 million today lottery, that's not a very believable affirmation, is it? So rather saying things like, I choose to be happy, or I believe in myself, I am confident that I can deal with everything that life throws my way today, or I am going to look at the best of things, I'm going to find peace. These are more realistic, believable, and specific affirmations. So these are more likely to work than just general toxic positive affirmations.
Thank you for clearing that doubt because there are a lot of words these days used.
Thrown around,
Yeah.
yes. Yes, totally.
Yeah. So, what's the next hack?
Okay, so the next hack is smile in the mirror. So, do you remember watching Kal Ho Na Ho when you were young?
Yes. Who hasn't?
Yes. So, do you remember what Shah Rukh Khan tells Preeti Zinta in that movie that how should she learn to be happy? He gives her a hack. Do you know what it is?
Yes.
One, two, three, E. Yes, that. So that actually works, huh? Because so that's my second hack, smiling in the mirror. So when you wake up and you use the washroom or you're brushing, you can just look in the mirror and give yourself a big, huge smile.
It sounds a little creepy, but to be honest.
It is. It could be, but you know what? It really works. And try doing this for 2 weeks and you see the difference. So why to do this is so when you're smiling and you're looking at yourself, it kind of communicates to your body, sends a signal that you're in a good mood, you're safe, everything is fine, and it releases neurochemicals that kind of make you feel good about yourself, feel a little more confident and positive. So, yes, it may seem discomforting at first, but it is a known catalyst for self acceptance, confidence, and kind of make you feel a little more motivated for the day ahead.
Okay, so this sounds a little interesting, so I might just give this one a try. And before I forget, I'll write it down in my journal because I tend to forget things.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. People ask me that does journaling help? So it does help, but there are certain things that we need to keep in mind when we are journaling, which actually brings me to my third hack. So you can set goals, to-do list that help you get through the day. And if it works for you, great. We should all do that. It's always good to be organized. But more than that, what I would recommend or what would my hack be is to set intentions rather than just goals.
So, what are the difference between intentions and goals?
So goals are something that you need to achieve. They are more concrete that I should do this, I could do this, but intentions are something that you want to do. Goals are actions, but intentions is how you want to feel. So rather than having a goal that I need to sleep at 10 p.m. at night, because it's a very fixed and rigid goal, and if you don't meet that, you're going to feel pretty shitty about yourself. Rather, we can set an intention that says, I want to feel well rested and have a good night's sleep. So when you are leaving the house, or even when you are doing your morning rituals, having your breakfast, make a note of a few intentions in the day, how you want to feel. You could write them down if it works, or you could just say them to yourself. So intentions could be something like, I want to feel good about my work today, and not specific goals that you need to achieve, because when you have an intention, automatically your actions align with your intention. And even if they don't, you're still okay because it's just something that you want to feel. It's nothing hard and fast. It's not rigid that, oh my god, this needs to be done. It's a to do. It's a goal. It needs to be achieved. It's an intention. So
basically, it wouldn't pressurize us.
correct. It's not a pressure, but at the same time, because you have an intention of feeling a certain way, you automatically take actions that align with that intention and you end up feeling that way. So here we are keeping feelings as our
Motivator.
yes in the day rather than just a to-do list and goals, though they are good to have, but intentions are like the fuel, the driving force behind those goals.
Okay.
So set intentions, write them down, memorize them, say it to yourself, note it down on your phone, keep it as reminders, anything.
But it's such a simple thing for us to do because there are so many things that we keep on thinking about, and actually, we are mentally constantly making notes.
Right.
So, this is, I mean, a thing everybody should practice, and it's so simple to do, to be honest.
Extremely simple because you know how you want to feel.
So, Tanvi, you have given us a few hacks, and everything is going really well according to your hacks. I'm just imagining a day in my life with inculcating all your hacks. So, everything is going really great. But what if something goes wrong and difficult situation comes up? What am I supposed to do?
I think that's a very important point, Ruchita, because that is going to happen. Like I mentioned earlier, you are going to have situations that you haven't prepared for. But what I have noticed with my clients is we tend to generalize. So, for example, you wake up, you do your positive affirmations, you smile, you set intentions, you're all good to go, and then you miss your bus, or you miss your train, or you fight with a loved one, or you get told off by your boss, and then you think, oh my god, this is turning out to be such a shitty day. So, I think that is where you need to catch yourself. Just one or maybe two things going wrong in the start of the day does not necessarily mean that your day is going to be a bad one. So, another hack that I would say would be to avoid generalization. A bad situation does not equal to a bad day, and a bad day does not equal to a bad week, and a bad week does not equal to a bad year, and a bad year definitely does not equal to a bad life. So, I'd say I give this little exercise to my clients. Whenever something bad happens, or something that is unpleasant, or you're not prepared for, take a pen, take a paper, make a very small bubble, and write in that bubble what has not worked out for you. And just next to that, make another bubble and write the things that are working for you in the day. So when you see that in front of your eyes, you know that it's not such a bad day. We are not looking at an extreme over here. We are looking at both the things, and we can probably say, yeah, it's an average day, maybe not a great one, but definitely not a horrible one. So, yeah, maybe avoid generalization when such a thing happens, because such a thing will happen. I mean, it's life. We are going to life our way through the day. So, definitely,
Exactly.
we are going to encounter situations that way. But, yeah, maybe to avoid generalization and use this bubble tactic.
That's so great and so helpful, to be honest. So, aren't we just focusing on being positive?
So, the couple of things, like I said, positive affirmation, smiling in the mirror, that is kind of giving a feedback to your brain and your body that you're fine and you can get on with the day. So, again, not positivity, but it's kind of setting the tone for the day. It's making you feel more competent, more motivated, safe.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say let's just be positive. I would say let's be realistic. So when we are setting intentions, we are setting very realistic intentions. How is it that we want to feel? Even for our affirmations. Toxic positivity would be, like I said, that I am going to be on the cover magazine of a fashion company, but we are talking about very realistic ideations over here. Even with the whole avoiding generalization, we are just saying that let's not go too much into the negative. Not saying that, oh, you know what, just look at the positive side, just look at the bright side. No, but let's be realistic. So with the whole bubble exercise, when you're writing both the sides, you know that it could be an average day. It's not as bad as we think it is. Doesn't
Okay.
mean that we need to think of it as the best day of our life. No, but it's
It's not
really
the
not.
worst
Yeah,
day.
it's not the worst for sure. We are just trying to find a balance and equilibrium here.
Thank you for clearing that doubt, because there's a very thin line between positivity and toxic positivity, and sometimes
Yeah,
we
and
tend to
the
cross
social
that.
media has really
Social media has, like,
muddled that.
yeah, ruined a lot of things, to be
Right.
honest. Okay, so now that we have covered affirmations, fighting off with negative thoughts, smiling in the mirror, and focusing on the,
Intentions.
yeah, intentions and good thought, what else?
So, another hack that I tell my clients is that let us take a vacation every day. So,
That's quite impossible, and you know that.
okay, so hear me out, hear me out. I mean a mental vacation. 30 minutes a day, do something that you really, really like. Okay, and not just passive Netflix and chill, but maybe painting, maybe singing, maybe drawing, anything that makes your soul happy. It could be
Okay.
reading, it could just be looking out of the window, it could just be going for a walk, anything that makes your soul happy. So you know that there is something in the day that you're looking forward to at the end of it. Keep that 30 minutes for yourself. Go on a vacation for 30 minutes every day. If 30 minutes is absolutely impossible, keep it 20 minutes. But keep those 20 minutes for yourself.
Or even just, to be honest, 5 minutes would also help to brighten your day, to be honest.
I think I mean, I would go for 15 at least. 5 is too short.
Yeah, but like sometimes even like doing those 5 minutes of that activity. So I love listening songs. So just listening to two songs and I'm just charged up.
Yeah, like works on the go. Yeah, vacation on the go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even making that cup of coffee by yourself and just
Yeah,
sitting and
exactly.
having it. The whole act of doing that,
Doing
like
it.
your me time. So keep that on
So
a
doing
daily
something
basis.
for yourself by yourself, kind of.
Yeah, I think that's very well put.
Okay. So
And lastly, we have, I'm sure everybody was expecting this earlier, that is practicing gratitude.
the bestest.
Yes, and I actually keep this for the last because I prefer to express gratitude towards the end of the day because it really helps with your sleep. You end the day on a positive note,
Agreed.
you end the day on a satisfactory note, and you are able to sleep. And it research has shown that it really promotes sound sleep and a better mindset when you wake up the next day. So, my last hack would be practice gratitude and write it down. Most of my clients tell me, oh yes, I always think about the good things that happen in the day, but I would suggest you write it down, because when you write down something, it kind of sticks more in your brain. You see it, you write it, you think it is just a stronger trace in your mind. So write down 2 or 3 things that have happened in the day that you're grateful for. And again, specificity is the key over here. So if you just write, oh, I'm thankful for my life, I mean, good, but it would help if it's more specific. For example, I am glad that I had a very good dinner today, or I'm glad that I got to sit in the train today. Something as simple as that. But the
And
more
as tough
specific,
as that.
yeah, as but yeah, something as simple and specific would go a long way in your gratitude practice. So yes, these are my 6 hacks.
And to be honest, these 6 hacks, you know what, when you're talking about like I have 6 hacks and everything, it was like no human would be able to actually do that, like in this fast paced life. But these are actually so simple and so easy to include in your day.
Yeah, very doable.
Very, very doable.
Very doable, very on the go. You can actually practice them anywhere, wherever you are. You're traveling, you're at home, whatever time of the day, you
And
can
these
do
are
most
so
of these.
important, to be honest.
They work. I would actually want the listeners to try this for 2 weeks and come back to us and tell us how you feel about it.
Yeah, we would love it if you could drop in the comment section and tell us how you feel about it. And I guess with that, we come to the end of today's episode. And we really, really hope you loved this episode as much as we loved and enjoyed making it. And stay tuned for more such amazing episodes coming out soon.
Thank you.